Rashi tells us that the daughters of Tzlafchad, whose father died in the desert and left no sons, came to Moshe with a request. They wanted a portion in Eretz Yisrael. And Rashi comments that this shows that they loved Eretz Yisrael. And the question is, how did Rashi know that? How did Rashi know that? Maybe the reason that they wanted a portion of Eretz Yisrael was because they knew it would be a great real estate investment. The future of the Jewish people is going to be there. Everybody's going to be living in Eretz Yisrael. We want a portion as well. Maybe they saw that it was being divided and they simply didn't want to lose out. There was only so much to go around. They wanted to protect their rights. So the wife of the Sfas Emes once asked this question to her son, to the one who was later going to be known as the Imre Emes. How did Rashi know it? And he answered something that was quite simple and yet very profound. See, from the time that Bnei Yisrael left Mitzrayim, everybody knew what the goal was. The goal was to get to Eretz Yisrael, to conquer it, to settle it. And it took much longer than expected, unfortunately, 40 years instead of just a few days, but the goal never changed. Now, Chazal debate what sins Tzlafchad committed, and there are a whole bunch of different options, but the common denominator between all the different options was that they happened during the first year in the desert. And that, the Imre Emes says, is the key. Because when did the daughters of Tzlafchad come to Moshe Rabbeinu? They only came 39 years later, just as the land was finally being divided. And that's how Rashi knew that they loved Eretz Yisrael. If their concern was selfish, what's going to happen to us now that our father is gone? Then as soon as Shiva would have been over, they would have gone and they would have said, Moshe, what is going to be with us? We also want a portion. It's not fair. We're being left out. But they didn't. They waited. They didn't push their needs onto the national stage until it became what everybody was talking about. It was finally time to enter the land. And then and only then did they say, we want to be part of this too. Why? Because we love Eretz Yisrael. See, timing is everything. Had they made the exact same request 39 years earlier, it might have looked like personal gain. But now it's an act of love, of chibas haaretz, of yearning to be part of the destiny of Am Yisrael. And the truth is that so much of life comes down to timing. Even the world around us, political scandals or controversies are often made more explosive, not because of the content, but because of when they are revealed. But more importantly, our Chachamim teach us, Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar teaches us in 4th parak of Avos, that the same thing is true. Al tirates chavercha b'shas kaso. You can't try to calm somebody down when they are in the throes of anger. You can't comfort a mourner before the person that they have lost, before their loved one has even been buried. You can't appease somebody so quickly. The words might be sincere. They might even be wise. But if the timing is off, then they're not going to be heard. Sometimes the greatest chizuk and even the most necessary criticism can completely miss its mark because the person is not ready to hear it. And then it's not only ineffective, but it can even be harmful. And the Chazal teach us, just as a mitzvah to say something which is going to be heard, it's a mitzvah to not say something that won't. Why? Because like the daughters of Tzlafchad taught us, when it's about you, about ego or pressure, urgency, you rush to speak. But when it's truly about the other person, about helping them, then you wait for the moment when it's actually going to make a difference. And perhaps during the 3 weeks, when we're already being extra careful with how we speak in order to try and rebuild the Beis HaMikdash, it's worth remembering that it's not just what we say. It's not even just how we say it. It's also when we say it. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu give us the wisdom to choose the right words, the patience to say them at the right times, that they uplift, connect, and heal, and that hopefully the words that we say will bring us closer together. And ultimately, at the period of mourning that we have right now, should switch avelus to simcha miyagon, to days of simcha b'mheira v'yameinu. Amen.